The word waving embodies our motto. It is not only creating or thinking this project, but designing an intricate web, strand by strand. Hence, social concern will form the bedrock of our reflection. Let us introduce you our vision of La Mairie.
We decided to start our reflection by asking local inhabitants to answer a survey. It was important for us to know what their actual everyday needs were, but also the ideas they could have. In other words, what would get general approval and to which extent was innovation expected in cities and housing. So we received great ideas for the city of tomorrow. Respondents emphasized the lack of natural or green areas and the need for dynamic businesses on the site. A vast majority of answers reinforced our belief concerning the importance of sustainability and social link. Our research made us cross paths with several experts. We were able to interview the president of the Ouascal City Council, the president of the association Ouascal en Transition, and the vice president of the CAE du Nord, a mix between technical expertise and field knowledge. Our interviewees gave us ideas about how to manage the wetland and respect biodiversity, for instance by connecting the Mairie wetland to the channel. They validated our project of social and cultural center, and they confirmed the reluctance of locals towards new constructions, which is why we decided not to include any.
From these insights, we decided to divide La Mairie 2 into 3 areas. In the center of the site, the dominant wild wetland. In the northwest part, the multifunctional George building that will host a dynamic life. And on the southeast, an aisle dedicated to new offices. Local communities and associations communicated the critical need to preserve biodiversity in the wetland. To enable animal and vegetal life to thrive on this 120,000 square meters, we imagine wooden platforms on stilts for people to walk around and contemplate nature. As we value the connection between the community and nature, we wanted to give La Mairie 2 a place to cultivate social interaction, vegetables, and plants. This is the role of the shared gardens and the urban farm we imagined. And more than a green lung for the neighborhood, we want La Mairie 2 to be a playground for everyone, the older and younger generations. We want them to enjoy, experiment, explore, and appropriate the area with creativity.
The idea of the forum is to give a space for public punctual events like markets, but also festivals, fairs, and workshops. To respond to the lack of local bounds, the social center would be a meeting point and intensify community life with its associations. The prefabricated system for offices is eco-friendly and offers great flexibility. The green co-working space would respond to the green space needs, and a booking platform would allow to exceed 30% of office occupancy for the benefit of local associations, for example. The redesign of George Building gives permanent space for a covered market and food court. It will also allow the installation of a lasting synergy between the manual, intellectual trade, and arts. Therefore, it will be a place of entertainment, culture, and creativity for all ages.
During our survey, we noticed that a lot of people were asking for more local shops. That is why we were thinking that on the first floor of the George building, we could implement a covered market and a food court where local producers of the region can sell their products. On the second floor, there will be a Fab Lab offering the latest tools and technology to professionals, but also to individuals who want to upskill and create their own prototypes, and a startup incubator. It will foster innovation in La Mairie, attract talents, and become the meeting place for makers and thinkers. We also want to attract young artists and transform La Mairie into a creative hub. Still on the second floor, we want to set up an art gallery and an artist studio to give access to promising young talents, along with an artoteca where people can rent art for an affordable price. There will also be showrooms that can be rented by companies or private persons. We would also install a skate park imbued with contemporary arts, paying tribute to the former George building, as well as a sport complex in which LED lights would delimit the different sport fields, and that would be illuminated by solar panels installed on the roof in order to save space and energy.
All the projects we envision for La Mairie are chronologically, strategically planned and phased, as you can see on this roadmap. But we wanted to go even further than a simple operational plan, as it is the embodiment of our long-term vision for La Mairie. Beyond getting the project off the ground, we have plans to make La Mairie perennial and sustainable, a multi-usage application for smartphone, a label made in La Mairie for homemade vegetables, honey, craftwork or artwork, and a dedicated La Mairie association to foster civic engagement, social cohesion and innovation in the long run. Our plans for the future of La Mairie also include synergies between all actors of the site, the conservation of endangered animal and vegetable species with the help of local association, and the recognition of La Mairie as a new center of social, economical and environmental activities within la métropole lilloise. This beautiful project will have to be carefully planned and implemented with long-term perspectives. It means bringing to life our ideas in a sustainable way, managing the political differences, igniting social cohesion and producing value in the long run. In a word, waving the city of tomorrow.